Good afternoon, everyone. It's Gerard from Team Aspire. Welcome to all my consultants out there that have joined. This is one of the first videos I'm doing since we haven't been able to meet. We are going to be showing you how to fry an egg in an AMC cookware unit. One of the first things you need to do is to have a clean area, clean counter, clean induction flux, clean and empty 24 centimeter dome fry pan is what we'll be using. This is the unit that comes in your DEM kit. Also, we'll talk about that later. We have powered up the AMC induction flux. We will now place the unit on and switch the power on. Click the plus button. It will then take you to P5. P5 is the starting temperature. This flux unit can go up to P9. It's about 240 degrees Celsius and uses 2000 watts at that setting. But at P5 it's 1000 watts and also very safe to use with an inverter. And if anybody tells you, hey guys, it's load shedding, why are you showing me an electric unit? The AMC flux induction cooker was introduced during the same time in 2009, I think it was, with the induction units, just when the dreadful load shedding started. But this unit is a time saver and an energy saver and saves you money as well. If you run this for 25 minutes to 30 minutes at P5, you're not even going to be using a rand of electricity based on our Tech20 billing system. We can show you the math on that. We are now heating the unit. The unit is on the induction. If we remove it, it says E1. It is now stopped transferring electromagnetic energy into the unit. The unit is heating and the area is not open, no flame. There we go. It is back on. The unit is heating, and one of the ways to check that the unit is heating, not by touching, but by visually checking the temperature. So the visual the gold indicator will move to the first red area, and we'll know we're ready to get started. We always preheat the unit when we're doing specific cuts of meat or eggs or heating. We note we haven't heated the oil, because in most cases, if you're going to be heating the oil, you could get, or butter, it could heat to the point of burning, and that's what we don't want, because it does taste terrible. So we can watch for the indicator to go to the first red area. The visual term is quite smart. It checks on the temperature within the unit through the lid. It will go to the first red area, showing that it's ready for your starting cooking processes, and go all the way up to 12 o'clock, meaning it is at just right at its optimum temperature. Check on your recipes and how to use it. If it goes further to the second red area, the unit is really, really too hot. But luckily, you have an opportunity to see that and remove it from the heat, or turn down the heat on your flux.
So Gerard, can I just ask a question quickly?
Yes.
You're doing it in a stainless steel pot, and it's non-stick. I mean, is AMC non-stick?
That's a good question. A lot of people have purchased this and they still have a non-stick or a Teflon coated. I like when they say non-stick, but it's actually coated with something. AMC is 1810 surgical stainless steel. It doesn't get seasoned like a wok or has any coating on. But the method of using low and medium temperatures makes sure that, and closing it to keep your moisture in, makes sure that nothing really sticks. It releases itself, and we're not using tons of oil either, so there's no need for So both ways, it's really a healthy option. So our indicators move to the first red area. We will then add an amount of oil, probably about a teaspoon.
Wow, that's all.
That's all is necessary. And then we just switch that around, especially when we're doing stuff like for a health conscious individual. That all should be. This is ready to rock and roll. So I'm going to get myself a little bowl. Check it straight in. As you can see, it's already starting to shimmer. So we can decrease the temperature. Straight on there. Here we go. I haven't got the one-handed ones done yet. Okay, so we'll start with the MasterChef tactics later. So the egg, we've got the oil. As you can see, it's just coating the surface. It's down to P1. I've decreased it. And here we go. Mix the egg in. And the most important thing is that we're wanting a sunny side up or a over easy or a well done. And at this point, the unit is at its temperature that we need, and we will then close it. I like to just leave it at P1. In some cases, they say we can actually turn it off because there's enough heat in there to fry that egg. So you're actually saving on energy. You note the unit is off. The flux is off, but the fan is still running, which is cooling all the mechanisms inside.
Gerard, can I just ask you, AMC, what does that stand for? We see you with your nifty AMC apron.
That's the Alpha Metalcraft Corporation. It's actually a German company that is now will be 60 years old. Started in 1963 in Germany. And if you look here, one of the original ones that had come through. This is old school. It says Wasserschloss. So that's waterless in German. So it was brought through to South Africa in 1968. So since then, many of our homes have the original units that now look with black handles. And there we go. The heat's starts off, and now we've got the Gourmet range, which has the encapsulated aluminium base and stainless steel handles, which make it oven safe.
Can the older units go on to the induction?
Unfortunately not. They don't. They have aluminium at the bottom, which is not a ferrous metal, so it's not magnetic. You can also check the magnet sticks to your pot. Another thing is the pots aren't magnetic. So you don't have to be afraid of that, and neither is any magnetism going into your units. But yeah, that's the basic premise of an electromagnetic flux induction cooker.
Where does the pots, are they manufactured here in South Africa?
Yes, since that time we have had the cookware manufactured in Atlantis in the Cape at our factory. So it's proudly South African, made under license, proudly South African. And we can even say made by hand with all that machinery. This unit, I think, gets lovingly touched by so many people before it gets to you, putting everything together.
Wow. Okay. So when we're ready...
When we're ready, we're going through the process. Here we go. That's an egg done with the crispy ends.
So it's not going to stick, eh?
That's a wooden. Please use wooden, and that's all I'm doing. And I'm just frying the end off. It just lifts by itself. And because we have closed the lid, the top is cooked. Let me just give it a little help, because always the first one will be that little sticky one. And that's my egg. I like the crispy outsides, just like Auntie Veni says. You gotta be crispy. heating it around a bit, getting underneath it. In the same way you can do in this unit, sausage, your tomato, your whole breakfast cook up. Everything will release quite evenly. I know people are used to having the eggs swimming in oil and then it just lifts. When we get our chef's pan soon enough, we will then be doing the demonstration of how easy it is to just fry the egg in there. Give it a good old swirl around. You can turn it over. How do you want your egg? Because it's now released like that.
Remember, the first egg's yours.
Yeah, that one there goes in. And just gonna say, playing the pool with me. Alright.
Yeah, we just slide it up.
No, it doesn't want to slide today. It's giving me a Sunday mood.
Easy Sunday. There we go.
There we go. Salt and pepper. And
that's your pan.
No burn, no nothing. There's still enough residual heat in there to do something else. You can do chips quite easily. You can do toast. So if you've got a couple of your flux, or you've got your gas cooker and your AMC units, this is a fry pan. But every unit can do exactly the same thing. Depending on the size of your family and the size of the meal you want to prepare, you can probably do about 4 eggs in here at the same time. In the 24. You can have it set up to do your veg, or for breakfast you're going to do your cheese and tomato sandwiches. You can do an omelette. You can toast your bread in here because it's flat, all done. You can do your bacon or your chicken or whichever product meat you want to have, and yeah, tomato, mushrooms, all of it healthily done. No oil, no fat, less of in this case. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that. This is one of the easier demonstrations you can use that can put your consultants or your customers at ease to know that they can use an AMC cookware safely and better than a non-stick fry pan. So that's me, Gerard, signing off. Peace.